Blaise. Get 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 Blaise. What is up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome into a special edition of Get Blaise. Well, this one's a little more to the tune of the old wrestle sense that we used to do, as we're going to talk about wrestling today, wrestling of the past. We're going to get you guys involved in the chat. I don't need this monitor anymore. We're going to get you guys in the chat to pick our categories. We have a little theme, of course. Your boy Blaise McCoy is going to be joined by another wrestling internet YouTuber that has been doing it for about twice as long as I have, and he's been on the channel before. We're hoping that we get a lot of involvement tonight, because we're going to try this again on his channel as well. In the description, you can find all his information as well. Some of you know him. If you don't, you're about to know him, and you should know him. If you don't, what are you doing with yourself? So without further ado, let's bring on My guest and co-host, if you will, tonight, because you guys are actually the guests, to help pick the topics to discuss about wrestling today and the past. That's kind of the theme for today's show, and we'll switch it up for other podcasts here on the McWrestling show. You got McCoy, so let's bring on the one and only Vince McSham.
Hello, everybody.
How's it going, brother?
It is going well. How you doing, man?
I'm hanging in there. I've been looking forward to this. I know we both have kind of had this in the works for a while.
Yeah, like 10 months.
Yeah. Because I've done the Wrestle Sense before, and we've had Vince on. He does Wrestle Chat, and he's had me on. He's still doing Wrestle Chat. So when hot topics in wrestling come up, this guy will go live, talk about it, and he doesn't hold back. That's what I love about Vince. He'll give you his opinion, no filter, and I love that about him. And we don't agree on a lot of stuff in wrestling. We watch it a little differently, but we can agree to disagree and just have fun with it. I mean, it's entertaining.
I don't know. I feel like we agree a lot more now because you've come to the dark side.
Recently, yeah, it has been a little bit more of that. So I can't disagree with you there. There we go. Already we're
you've been pulling your hair out over it, and clearly.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't really help that much, but you'll have that sometimes. But anyway, we're gonna have categories for you guys to pick. We're gonna have topics that you guys will have. Well, I guess I did join the dark side.
You only knew the power of the dark side.
Yes,
you're starting to learn it, though. You're starting to learn it.
I'm not afraid to dig into my dark side every once in a while, but
embrace it.
Even the fans, my friends that are in my streams and stuff, when I get angry and I start going off, they dub me Heel Blaise, and because I'm always trying to be the good guy. I'm always trying to bring people together,
yes,
and not rattle the cage and have fun with it, because there's so much divisive shit out there in the world, and we kind of want to put all that aside and just have fun with wrestling like it used to be. So, and sometimes we're gonna sound like the old grandpas. Get off my lawn, but that's
I embrace it.
Yeah, we've lived it. We've been there whenever it was studio wrestling, and
the good old days.
And we'll talk about a lot of the changes as we go along. But we're going to get right into it. We got a couple more people popping in. We got Vince Negan, I think you were trying to say. Jamar uses voice to text, so it doesn't make hardly any sense most of the time when he types shit.
So I get you. Well, hello, everybody. I see some familiar names out there, and I see some that I don't know. So nice to see everybody.
Yeah, and like I said, if you guys aren't familiar with Vince, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Number one. Number two, in the description, go click on it. Check out his channel. He does a lot of, we both do EFED stuff, but we do it differently. I use all created characters and bring people in and do it. He does what I used to do all the time and love, and we all do when we were kids, when we had our figs. He recreates how the wrestling company really should be with an old school feel, some new school wrestlers, old school stuff. And I love it. You're bringing the XWF back to life. You brought old school wrestling back to this. And one thing we do have in Big Com is we love commentating.
Yeah.
You have a lot more voices and better voices, but I have my Radio Rex and a lot of other weird voices I try to do.
You do pretty well, buddy.
And that's, and I have a background as a DJ, and, I was this background singer and a drummer and stuff. So I don't mind singing every once in a while, making a fool of myself. Because if you can make fun,
I heard your Bud Light riff.
Yeah, we'll get to one of those in a little bit. That's my friend, the Great Red Dragon, and Shifty did those.
You didn't do the vocals?
No, that's not me. That's
dude, I thought that was you.
That's my friend, the Great Red Dragon. A lot of we're gonna have 4 commercial breaks, so you guys will have chance to pick a category for us. So this is going to be very interactive. So when we ask you guys for numbers, number one, you'll see what we mean, and you'll pick a value meal for us based on I guess I should make this known. We are not affiliated with any major food service corporation or anything like that. This is McWrestling. It's edited. The logo's different, but
a little bit.
It only made sense. It was like, we've had this for a while, and it's like, wait, McCoy, McSham, McWrestling, why not? So
we're stealing every trademark we can get our hands on.
Yeah, we'll work on it. Cassie, Madam Red, good to see you, Cassie. I see your hubby. I saw your hubby in the chat as well. So it's a family show, but we're not going to speak like family members. We're going to cuss because, well, like Pat McAfee show always says, you will hear cussing because that's how people in the real world talk.
Damn straight. Prime time. What's up, buddy?
Prime time. So what we're going to do is first and foremost, I'm going to bring up the actual. So we're going to use the McDonald's pun as much as we can.
Yeah, the menu board.
Yeah, the menu board will give you guys and gals out there the opportunity to pick which value meals you want us to talk about. Each value meal correlates to a wrestling category. We'll get it. I don't want to tell you what the categories are. You guys are going to pick the food, and that will correlate to something in pro wrestling. And we're going to talk about today and the past. We're going to mix it in. So we're going to start right into it. And after you guys pick it, I'm going to put up a poll. There's going to be 4 numbers you're going to pick. I'll put up a poll while I go.
That kind of poll.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't have my. While we go to commercial, and while we go to commercial, you guys will vote on the poll which one you want us to discuss first. Then we'll go to that category. So as everyone knows, I always say that I try to keep my podcast short, but I ramble. And the next thing you know, we're here for 3 hours. But we're going to get right to it. Yeah, everybody's already doing the dad jokes in the chat. That's my favorite part about Nightbot. Is if you do that, archaeologist really is a career in ruins. Yeah, I need the. Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
Boy, the cornier the better. Sometimes, I guess.
There'll be plenty of that.
Yes. So we're gonna bring up the menu board, and
I'm hungry. Let's eat.
Yeah, let's eat. Now, we don't recommend to eat anything from this place, but we're gonna eat some wrestling news. Mance, how you doing, brother? This is something a little different than you're used to on my channel, but we're gonna have some fun with it. So here is your menu board, and I even have a little game show music for you. Here's your menu. Pick your value meal. 1 is a McBig. 2 is 2 burgers. 3 is a pounder. My Pittsburghese there. 4 is something's fishy, and it ain't between your legs. 5 is chicken shit heel. 6 is nuggets. 7 is healthy wrap. And 8 is comedy ribs. So you guys in the chat, I need numbers. First 4 people to put a number in the chat. So we got number 2. Joker wants number 2. Come on, people, play along. We need some numbers in the chat. Pick a number 1 through in the chat. Man says the first category, he likes them big. We got number 1 and number 2. Number 3, we're going right in 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, one more number.
Make sure you let us know if you want fries with that.
We can supersize it if you want.
That's what she said.
Yeah. All right. Dub says 5. All right, we're good. So we got our 5. We got our 4, I should say. Now, what we're going to do is when I can figure out.
What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a poll, and we're going to put 5, 4 up here. So I guys need you to pick which one you want to do. And we're going to go to a 1-minute commercial. That'll give you guys a little bit of time to vote on what category you want to be the first category. So we got 2, which is burgers. And you guys can try to guess what the categories are. It doesn't matter because we're going to tell you in a couple seconds here. And we got 3 and 5. So we got pounder and chicken shit heel. Oh, those are fun ones.
Did you say pound her?
Pounder. Yeah, if you can. If you want to. And I don't know if it'll let me type that. Who cares? I'll censor it. All right. So we're going to take our first of our 4 little commercial breaks. We're going to come back in 1 minute. And you guys are about to decide. Get your votes in now. We'll be right back after this commercial break. And it is one of those Bud Light commercials we're going to go with here to
no
start us
theme.
off.
Okay.
All right, here we go. No, I tried that once on the stream. I got copywritten.
Oh, shit. No kidding.
Just the music. And it was like a remake of it, too. I found on YouTube. They hit it.
Wow.
They caught the melody. Yep. I was like, well, Jeopardy song is. So we'll be right back after this. And you guys keep voting and deciding our first topic. Stay tuned.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Midnight Hobo presents Real Hobos of Genius.
Real hobos of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Perverted Trenchcoat Flasher Guy.
Mr. Perverted Trenchcoat Flasher Guy.
With your dark sunglasses, fedora hat, and hairy legs sticking out of the bottom of your trench coat, nobody could ever know what you were about to do.
How you doing?
On the lookout for hot, sexy women that you could never bed in real life, or maybe some kinky stuff with that old granny sitting at the bus stop. You don't discriminate.
You can look, but you can't touch.
The pressure is on. It's time to perform as you jump in front of those unsuspecting ladies and rip open your trench coat.
I was in the pool. I swear to God, it's bigger when it's warm.
So here's to you, Mr. Perverted Trenchcoat Flasher Guy. Until you came along, never had someone done so much with so little.
Mr. Perverted Trenchcoat Flasher Guy.
Midnight Hobo, Chernobyl Bottling Company, Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
What a perv. Wish I thought of that. Intercourse.
It was hard to pick which one to do because there's three of them. But
That is good.
it's funny because look at this. This is the guy that's in charge. That's Shifty. That's the drunken dragon clown that does the dragon clown voice.
Platinum Dragon Studios.
Yes, good to see you, Shifty. He made those
Well
are like
done.
those are like 12 years old. They did it way back before I was even
Oh,
on
no
YouTube.
kidding.
They did it for radio shows from the Wrestler Unstoppable video game, which has a big community as well. And they made these commercials. The one is literally one of the Bud Light ones. And it was just audio. So I was like, I want to bring these to life. So I Googled a bunch of images and put a slideshow together to give it a visual. So it definitely gives it a visual. So
Yeah, I was thinking Family Show going out the door when the trench coat was opened.
yeah. So big shout out to Shifty in the chat. And
Well
it looks like we have a wiener. We have a winner, everybody. And we got our first category. So if you guys are just joining us, we are going to talk different categories. And our first category is two burgers. So two burgers is
Two
going
burgers, cheeseburger.
and fries. All right. So this topic is this is an easy one for me. This is tag teams. This is all about tag team wrestling. Favorite tag teams of today and of all time. And you guys in the chat, feel free to fire away. So I want a current tag team that you're really, and this is all subjective. So I love the fact that we'll have hopefully a bunch of different answers. So I'll start out because it's real easy for me. The current one's a little tougher, but I'm a Road Warrior guy. They are the greatest tag team of all time, in my opinion. I know a lot of people have, Dudleys and Hardys and Usos, those that have tons of titles up there too. But I'm a Road Warrior guy. The physique was there. The ominous entrance that they had with, especially when Iron Man was played before the copyright stuff. Road Warrior Hawk. People always say who's on your Mount Rushmore. Hawk is on my Mount Rushmore because he was my favorite. If I could put a team, I'd put them both. But it's like that's like asking to put music groups. I have to put a whole group. But the Road Warriors to me showed dominance. They had the manager, which is a lost art nowadays too, and Paul Ellering that got involved and helped them out. So I think they changed tag team wrestling for me. They grabbed me, ripped me in, and said, "These guys look like they're chiseled out of stone. They're doing moves that we haven't seen." And they're just dominating people. And it was like, the big question was, who can compete with guys? I know we had the Powers of Pain. I hate Demolition because I think it's a big copy off of, and sure, you got to get your own Road Warriors. And one of the Demolition guys grew up and trained a bunch of the wrestlers in this area. He grew up right down the street from where I'm at. So he's from a local place. So, I mean, I understand, but Road Warriors far and beyond my number one. For number two, it's tough because, like I said, to me, it's a lost art anymore. Tag team wrestling doesn't get as much focus as I think it should. But it's funny because I'm picking an old school tag team that seems like they would definitely fit in today. And I'm picking one of today's tag teams that's a throwback to old school, and that's FTR. I think FTR, they bring that. They are one of the only tag teams that have a lot of really cool tag team, double team moves. And they do bring that old school mentality back. They remind me of what people call them the Brain Busters or Tully and Arn and stuff like that to some extent. So, I mean, I don't want to see them shaving each other's back and dumb shit like that they were doing. But to me today, it's Road Warriors and FTR, and we got a FTR. We're gonna get Vince's here in a second. We got a FTR out there for dubs, LOD. Well, let us know what it is. So we got, looks like mine is a consensus. A lot of people are with the same. Here's a good one. I'm getting a little lag here. Let me close.
Like those Triple H with DX. That's interesting.
Yeah, and a lot of people are USO people. I get it. I mean, they've done well. They've done well as a tag team. I can't really disagree with that. Let's see what else. Ooh, I'm getting major lag here on Street Profits. That was one I really like, and a lot of people are oh, Shifty. I knew you'd come with a good one. Jesse and Fester.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you're talking. Here we got Prime Time with
Midnight Express is a good one.
Gallows and Anderson, British Bulldogs. All right,
Old school ones. Yep.
Vince, let's hear yours. Old school and new school. Who you got in tag team?
What chair are you sitting in right now? Is that the one that comes with the seatbelt or airbags?
Hopefully both.
You're gonna need it.
I
agree with you on the LOD.
Okay.
That was my pick. And here's the thing I'll say about the LOD. Like, you brought up some other tag teams, and I saw some people in the comments mentioning, like, 3D, for example. If you don't watch LFG, you're missing the ticket. That's a great show. Bubba Ray, they had 1 week with the rookies where they had to form tag teams and learn to do some tag team stuff. And he was addressing his team, and he said, me and Devon have more titles than any other tag team. You know, we're the most decorated. But I'm going to tell you right now, the LOD is the greatest tag team of all time. And I've said the same thing for years. To hear him say it really made me feel better about what I've been saying. Here's the reason. The Legion of Doom, there was never a tag team until the Legion of Doom. There were guys that tagged up, but no two guys had a career as a team. Yeah, they kind of split for a little while here and there, but they were, neither one of them was going to be the world champion. They weren't trying to be.
Correct.
They were a set team. They went everywhere together from federation to and they won everyone's belts. And they were that good. The Road Warrior pop, it's real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just, they will always be the tag team for me because they were the very first. You have, even with the 3D, with the Dudley Boys, for a long time they were a team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, throughout ECW, throughout a lot of WWE, but then you have the whole TNA thing.
Yeah.
And even in WWE, they went separate ways. It was a bad idea, but
yeah, but
Vince
they tried character too much with them.
Yeah, the whole
Bully Ray got over. Bully Ray created a whole new character pretty much, and for singles
more than once.
Yeah.
So, and again, the difference, the LOD never did that. They were just the LOD or the Road Warriors, but they were, you know, those were the two. As for today's wrestling, I had to think long and hard about that. And there's really, and I guess I'm kind of cheating in the sense that they are today's wrestling, but they are the throwback team because they've been doing it so long now. Motor City Machine Guns.
Yes, that's a great one. That is a great one.
They're a tag team. Again, they've gone separate ways. They've done single stuff. They both, you know, one had the TNA world title while the other one had the X Division title. But at the end of the day, they are a set.
Yeah. Damn it, we're agreeing on shit already. This podcast.
I told you, buckle up, man.
But that's I mean, that's what I want. That's what I love about wrestling, and that's one. Unfortunately, it's one reason why I don't do the Wrestle Sense podcast anymore, is because a lot of people don't understand that wrestling is subjective. Everyone has their own favorites. You could, and I always said Wrestle Sense was based off of like who you want to like, hate who you want to hate, cheer who you want to hear, boo who you want to boo. That's the beauty of wrestling to me. And the wrestling world today with social media and people's opinions, and you got this podcaster and everyone's like listening to this moron and that moron, and they can't draw their own opinion. They got to listen to other people. It got me sour on it. And I'm like, wait, I'm not watching wrestling the way I used to watch it anymore. Like, I'm watching it like it's a job, and I'm listening to all these idiots that are out there saying their opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion. But you know what they say, opinions like assholes.
Is that what they say?
Everyone has one. Sometimes they stink. But it's like, oh, here's a new one. He likes the gorillas, the new bloodline, the Tala Tama 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 Tama.
The funny thing is, I don't even know. Like when you put up Gorilla of Destiny, if you didn't just say that, I wouldn't know who they are.
Well, when they were in New Japan, they were called the Gorillas of Destiny.
Okay, there you go.
Why. Yeah, and they were Bullet Club people and stuff like that. But Tully and Arn, I can't knock that at all.
No, that's a solid one. And they also were a team a lot of their career. Part of the Horsemen, obviously, but even when they were the Brainbusters.
And I think that's the key to tag teams is complementary. Like with Hawk, you had the big bully, the big rough guy, and you had the guy who would jump. And even
who was still big and rough.
Yeah, that's not a great comparison.
A little quicker is all.
Yeah, a little bit more speed to him. And I remember Hawk having some singles runs. He fought Flair for the title a bunch, but he was never going to win it.
Match.
Yeah, it was more over to get the team over in the long run. And that just shows, I think, I'm sure Animal had some US title matches and stuff like that too. But like you said, they were legit a team, like a real team. And I never really thought of it that way too, that there was all these singles. Like, I don't buy the HBK and Diesel, like those type of tag teams. Like, those are great tag teams, but there's two singles guys they put together. You know what I mean? Like, some people love
they
that.
had a run, but not a lengthy one.
Yeah, I'm it works, but a lot of times that doesn't work for me. Like you said, I like that we're a team, we're focusing on the team, we're going to fight tag team, we want the tag titles. The Funks, how about the Funks? Yeah, back in the day.
That's going back.
A lot of families. I mean, the Samoans back in the day. You got a lot of old school tag teams that here, let's do this. Let's share a screen here. Tag teams. So just a list of some more of them that, over the long haul, you got Edge and Christian, and that's another one, a lot of titles and stuff like that. Dudley's Hart Foundation. A lot of people love the Hart Foundation.
And I was almost going with them until I got back to the LOD thing. And again, Bret Hart went on to be a singles champion for a long run and wasn't with Anvil at that point. They were, but not together as a tag team. So again, the LOD is the only one I can think of that punches that ticket.
Yeah.
And they were the first. There was nobody before them.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want to talk about the Kangaroos, but good Lord.
They were there, but not as, like you said, legit. Same with the Bushwhackers. I just saw them scroll by. Yeah, Bushwhackers, but Superpowers. They were put together. Nikita and Dusty.
Right.
They were singles guys. Old Dustin Booker. They were singles guys.
America's team, Dusty and Magnum.
The Blade Runners. That's before the time of actually having the ability.
Don't make me bleach myself.
And Sting is I'm a huge Sting guy. Doom, Paul London and Brian Kendrick. The New Day. A lot of people can argue them because of their longevity and their success. Mega Powers, another one thrown together as a team. So I think the Brothers of Destruction, same thing. Two singles guys thrown together. But that's dominance when you got those two guys together. I loved Beer Money. Like, I was really hoping WWE could bring them on for a little while.
I definitely enjoyed Beer Money.
Like, they had Bobby Roode with his one gimmick, and they could have. I know James Storm had some other things going on, and he stepped away for a while. Fabulous Ones, I still have their little AWA figures.
The Remcos.
Yeah, I still have them.
I sold
Team Hell No thrown together. The Shield's more of a, I guess you could call them a tag team, but we're talking about tag Rock and Sock thrown together.
Yep.
And that's Dick and Crusher. They were.
This was what the LOD had to have a 20-year career.
Yeah.
They started out in the very early 80s in AWA.
Steiner Brothers were I loved them back in the day too.
That's another one that I would have made an argument, but again, separate ways. They were a tag team for about 5 years, and after that, Scotty's Big Papa Pump, and he's doing the world title run. He and Rick are feuding with each other. Same thing with the Rockers. They were pretty solid though for a while.
Yeah, there was a lot of those Midnight Express, Rock and Roll Express, Rockers, Fabulous Ones. That style back in the day. A lot of tag teams like that, which is
when
fine.
When you talk about the Midnight Express, you got to remember which Midnight Express.
True. Condrey and Stan Lane. There was a bunch of renditions of it too. I love the Russian team because you got instant.
That was good.
You got instant hate in the 80s because you were Russian.
It was also real back then.
Yeah, I was never a New Age Outlaw fan. I was never a DX
Oh, really?
guy. I didn't watch the Attitude Era that much. Like a lot of people,
my goodness.
a lot of people throw hate on me because of that.
I was just going to say, don't leave the chat. Don't go away. Stay.
No.
It's okay. He'll come around.
Undertaker rolling his eyes back and hanging people on crosses. I get why it was all popular.
He did it once, and it wasn't a cross.
Yeah, I know. It was. I know. But
Did you see his podcast he just did this week with Kurt Angle?
I did not see it all yet, and I'm a big.
That whole
Angle guy,
subject
so I do
came
wanna
up.
see it.
That whole subject came up.
I mean, I wasn't with the supernatural stuff. I wasn't with the DX as much as I was NWO. Like NWO got me. There was a 10-year period. I left wrestling. I did some stupid thing called getting married and trying to have a family, dumb shit. And I moved. I was still watching it, but I wasn't involved in it that much. When I moved back to my hometown, I had a lot of friends that were big, and I jumped right into the NWO, and I was big WCW. I was always never a big fan of the machine that became WWF, WWE, because that catered to the casual fans more than I call it fights. I never, like someone even told on the Wrestle Sense podcast, he goes, I like how you never say wrestling matches, you say fights, because I want to believe it's a fight. So I always even though WCW had its flaws, I preferred that style over Attitude Era. But I knew Attitude Era had great stuff. I'm not knocking it. People hate me because I hate I hate Shawn Michaels. I think his theme song was the worst theme song ever made. Because it's sexy boy, and people know in the chat how much I hate it because I told it all the way. I'm not knocking his ability; he's a great wrestler. It just wasn't my style, And
but he's a boy toy.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get too into that, but
he's a sexy boy.
Is he a boy though? I mean, doesn't he want to be a man?
Well, he was then.
But like, I was more drawn towards the rawness, pun not intended, of WCW. Than WWE. And it's not that I didn't like the WWE stuff. I was just more attracted to that, I guess. I don't know. It's very weird. People can hate on me. It's just my preference. Harlem Heat, but once again, Booker T had a great singles career, but they were different in a good way. There's the Brain Busters.
And they're legit brothers too, which always adds a little something to it.
Yeah, just like I think the Samoans don't get enough shine as a team longevity wise than they should. I mean, look at the bloodline they've created now.
That too, but I mean, even back in the day, off in Sika, I can tell you right now, that was back when I was first starting to watch wrestling, and they legit scared the shit out of me on TV, much less in person. Yeah, I thought these guys couldn't speak English and that they would just as soon headbutt you. I mean,
you put them against some of those smaller tag teams, it looks like they're just going to sit on them and squash them and destroy them. So I get dominance.
They legit looked like they were going to do bad things to you.
See, I was a Von Erichs guy. I loved WCCW. I watched a lot of World Class and UWF when One Man Gang was over there and Missing Link and stuff like that. I always liked off the beaten track. Like, I loved watching the Freebirds and Von Erichs feud. Those shows that they used to have outside in the Texas and then in the Sportatorium, they were so ahead of their time. And then these top 8 were probably going to be pretty predictable. Midnight Express, Hardy Boys, Outsiders. See, and they weren't.
I would sooner go with Hall and Nash.
Yeah, you're not talking about
and
the best workers, but as an entertaining duo, they had it locked. I mean, Dudley's. A lot of people argue them as the best. Rock and Roll, Heart Foundation, Edge and Christian, and of course, Road Warriors, Legion of Doom. So
seems like everybody's getting the LOD over number 1. That's good.
Yeah, and I mean it's they were so unique back then. Hey, Butterflies in the house, one of my mods. Keep on modding it up.
Butterfly.
So one of the most we might talk about that too. So all right, so we got 3 numbers already. We're gonna keep the other 3. So what do? We did burgers. Let me get the burgers.
Two burger.
So we had 2 burgers. So it's time for you guys in the chat. If you're just joining us, and we got 15 in the house, make sure you guys hit those thumbs up here. And if you're catching
audio, we should have got that audio clip.
For what?
Saturday Night Live, John Belushi. Cheeseburger. No, it's hamburger, cheeseburger.
I just started since they got the little soundboard here. I loaded a couple of them.
I gotta rewire mine. Mine's going through the mixer, but the audio is so low on it, even though it's maxed out. But I think if I run it straight into the PC, it'll be better.
Yeah. I bought this little sound card for my streams through PlayStation. It took me 3 of them to find when it works at PlayStation 5. But my favorite one is when people in the chat are saying real dumb shit. This is all I hear.
Blah, 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 blue, blue, blue.
And I really get mad. I can
How many clips can you save on that?
you get 100 files in each.
Damn.
So I can do, and that includes the videos, the pictures, the overlays. That's all total files. They give you 100 total files. So sounds, videos, and pictures all in one. So I have even. Oh wait, is this the next commercial? I don't want to ruin the commercial because I have a nice little. Oh, I gotta play the ice cream bar commercial for Monstar. So he made an AI video one, and he has another one for car sales, but Monstar ice cream bars. We're gonna go to a commercial for that, but first we got to get a number, guys. I need you guys to pick what category you want us to discuss next. So here is our menu board.
I gotta tell you, this music's making me think Conan O'Brien's gonna come out.
Turn it down a little bit. So Ryan Armstrong says 3. I need 4 numbers, guys. I think we already had 3 on there. 5 again. Hey. 5. 3 and 5. Hey, if we can just pick through those two, it'll probably make the process easier. All right. We'll stick with 4 this time. We'll go with those 4. I mean, those 3. This is a process of finding everything. All right. So we're going to go to a little commercial break. We have number 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to pick between 3 categories here, guys. So we're either going to do, and you guys can try to think now. These all have a correlation to something professional wrestling. So there's Pounder, there's something fishy. It only makes sense we do less as we go on since we're using some of them. And chicken shit heels. So you guys vote. There's the poll. 3 different options. We've already got the tag team conversation out of the way. So we're going to go to another commercial break here, sponsored by Monstar Sports Entertainment, our friend Sean. And this is, you guys keep picking it. We'll be right back after this. This one's hilarious.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Ice cream bar, really. Ice cream bars. The ice cream bar is the coolest treat in town. So hard to bite, they'll make you frown. But that's okay, cause here's the scoop. They'll keep you regular so you can poop. Star bars, they won't melt, they won't bend. Take a lick or break a tooth. Either way, it's kind of food. Ooh, Monstar ice cream bars with your favorite MWF wrestling stars. Ice cream bars with your favorite MWF wrestling stars.
May cause several dental appointments and a leaky bum experience.
Yeah, you might not be, you remember the ice cream bars, but you might not want to eat those ones. Shout out to Sean. And he's using the AI. We even have a drum monkey ice cream bar.
CM Punk? No?
We have no CM Punk one. We have Wally. And of course, you can't go wrong with a Blaise McCoy ice cream bar as well. Big shout out to, thank you, AI. For,
Never looked so good.
Since bite my damn head off, I guess. So we have a winner, and this is a fun one here, because we're not just talking about any heels. We're talking about chicken shit heels. So if you know about what a chicken shit heel is, you know, they take the short route out. They're doing corny shit to just get over, and they're trying to make you hate them in some of the weirdest ways. So we'll start with you on this one, Vince. If you want to, same thing, old school, new school, maybe one from the past that you enjoy, and then one from today that gets you over with the chicken shit style.
When it comes to the old school for me, the chicken shits were the managers, and no one better than Jimmy Hart.
Yes.
The mouth of the South with that megaphone, and inevitably we're going to see what color underwear he's wearing. And whether it's Piper trying to shave his head, or Brutus trying to shave his head, or just the junkyard dog pulling his pants off, or Jerry Lawler trying to throw a fireball in his face, the screams like a girl, the antics, the way he would flop around in the ring. He was, for me, the ultimate chicken shit from the old days. I couldn't even think of a wrestler because he's the only thing in my mind for that category.
It definitely works. Fair enough.
Today,
I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say we're going to have the same one for today.
What's the first letter?
D.
Miz.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if I. It's hard to say.
I like it.
Chicken shit, but I guess I'm thinking about more when he was like in the top tier.
No, I mean, that falls right in that category. Getting that hate for that, I like it.
Yeah, he was always good at, riling people up and then finding a way to weasel out of things and, duck it out and dodge out of the ring and become a MIA.
That's a good one. I can't disagree with that at all.
Who did you have? I'm waiting to hear. Would you say letter D?
Dom Mysterio. I think when he started out,
chicken shit. He was the toughest guy on the cell block.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That type of stuff. Just the getting over on that. Like right now, it's a different Dom. I'm talking about the original Dom because like Miz came from reality.
I won't survive
TV.
in prison.
So reality TV. So Miz automatically got hate being from the reality TV world. So
yes.
You're already getting the hate. So Dom was just that kid who became a wrestler who no one thought he was ever going to become something. He was just Nepo baby, and then when he started playing the, I was in jail and I did this and it was not necessarily
around
exactly
the yard.
Yeah. And that itself,
it was genius.
Pretty crazy. And I would kind of
prison
agree.
Changes a man.
Nowadays, the MJF is how, and he could do it a bunch of different ways, not just chicken shit heel, but I'm a prick. I'm the entitled prick that,
But was he ever chicken shit though?
Actually, recently they teamed him up with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yes, I heard about it.
That's exactly what he was. He was their whipping boy. And and everything he did was bullshit. They never really fully let him into the group. So he was playing the chicken shit heel more than he was playing I'm the entitled prick heel. It didn't really work. He's already gone from them.
Yeah. I hear like on the wrestling recaps and stuff. I see Michael Cole. That's a good one. That honestly, that might beat out my Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
When he was hiding behind the plexiglass and Lawler was pulling him through.
Yep. And I got to agree with you old school. And I'd go with Cornette and he's that's just like Jimmy Hart. Him and Cornette did that spiel where they were willing to do the wild shit that the wrestlers didn't have to do and then take a beating for it or whatever.
Fall off a damn scaffold.
Yeah. Like I saw actually, well, when he fell off the scaffold, when I went, he was hanging from the bottom. He didn't do the full fall off the scaffold. They did he was hanging from the bottom.
Isn't that the only kind of fall they generally take?
Well, I've seen people actually get pushed off the scaffold to fall. Very rarely.
Grimes.
But most of the time it was hanging and they stomp on your hands or whatever and you fall. And I had the privilege of seeing a scaffold match, live, which that was a crazy experience. Plus I was sitting pretty close, which is something I never thought I'd get to do. And here I actually got, this is from that show. There's the ticket, 1987. And
that's the ticket.
And that scaffold, they don't do those anymore for a reason.
No, that's insane. They never should have.
No. And the idea behind it, throwing someone off. I mean, can you imagine if someone hit the ropes falling off of that?
Well, we saw that happen with New Jack.
Yeah. Well, New Jack didn't mind doing just about anything back then.
Well, I mean, he didn't do it. He did it to Vic.
I mean, yeah, but even that, what if they missed the ropes and fell to the floor directly?
That's what he was trying to do.
The scaffolding or something. So very dangerous, very, very crazy. The chicken shit heel part is insane. Is there any other ones here in the The Michael Cole one's a good one. I see that.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Heenan did it too. I mean, back in the day, Bobby Heenan would pull some of that shit every once in a while.
But not as good as Jimmy Hart and not as good as Michael Cole.
No, not at all. Not at all. X-Pac?
Nah.
After he turned on, well, that's the one storyline where he fell into that category possibly, but overall, the chicken shit heel once again. Ted DiBiase?
No, I don't feel that. I mean, don't get
if you
me
go
wrong.
straight heel, I mean,
all the heels had that little chicken shit moment when Hogan would Hulk up or whatever. You would always have that. Oh no, and you'd back off. But I'm talking about the coward of cowards that would take that cheap shot on you that would never hit you in a real fight.
Yes. And I didn't even think it when I did that. I wasn't even thinking of managers, but they are going to supersede most wrestlers, other than maybe like some jobbers that would do that shit every once in a while, and some gimmick wrestlers that would fall into that category.
But that's back to your point, though. We're talking about old school being the managers. There are no managers today. There comes guys like The Miz.
Yeah.
If you had managers today, might be something different for current.
True. And I mean, there's still tag teams now, but like we said, tag teams aren't
like they were.
Not like they used to be, or focused anywhere near like they used to be. And same thing with the chicken shit heel. So that's kind of a, that's a theme for all the categories is it ain't like it used to be. And that's
they don't make them like they used to.
That's what young
people don't know.
That's what we're here to try to prove. Yeah,
wait till next week. I got video.
Oh, great. Oh,
we are going to prove
nice
with the most unlikely source.
And it's a little different next week, and we'll get into that later. The format's going to change a little bit because we want to mix it up. We don't want it to get stagnant or the same. Plus, like I said, me and Vince differ in a lot of things, so we're going to show the differences in the podcast, and hopefully you guys enjoy it and follow along. And like I said, if you haven't already, in the description of the show is the link to Vince's channel. Make sure you go over and subscribe to that as well. So we got our third category here. We have 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So I need numbers in the chat again. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, or 8. And here is your menu board again. We'll skip the music this time. So give us 3 numbers. Comedy ribs, number 8. Healthy wrap is 7. Nuggets, that's a good one. So we got one for. We have 8, 7, and 6. Good. 3 different ones. All right. So we'll get it up here.
That's what you said.
We'll hope to. Well, once you get older, it's not as easy.
They used to talk about blue pills all the time. Then I ended up with a girlfriend who was like 25, and it's like you don't need the blue pills when you got a girlfriend that's 25. You're okay.
Good point. So we got 6 is nuggets. 7 is a healthy wrap.
That's a good one.
And it's a tough one, but for some people it might be tough. And 8 is comedy ribs.
You are so careful not to say it's a hard one.
All right, so the poll is up. My poll is up. Get on it. Jump on my poll, everybody.
I'm going to take a pass on that.
Temple Play's got the promo code for his Blue Chew. Okay, enjoy that. And
hey, man, this is like school, man. Did you bring enough for everyone?
All right, this commercial, my friend Goddess of Pain sent me, and I did do a little voiceover with it. It's all about those guys who like to watch your shows, but they don't type in the chat like they're afraid. What are you afraid of? Those professional lurkers.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Goddess of Pain.
Well, hello there. We see you lurking. You're in the shadows, in the rafters, maybe even in the bushes. Yeah, we know you're there. So while you're out there lurking and a jerking, why don't you jerk that finger on up there, hit the like button, and maybe the share button as well. Show some love for Blaise, McCoy, and LTD. We know you like it already because you're watching. You can come join us in the chat, really. You don't have to be shy. We won't bite. And if we do, it's not that hard. We'll make sure you enjoy it.
Professional lurkers are welcome. Feel free to stop in and leave a comment. We'll give you a shout out. Professional lurkers are welcome. Right here on the Blaise Radio Network, here on YouTube. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. Shameless ad at the end there for the t-shirt that I have on my TeePublic store.
I was just going to ask you if that's legit.
Yes, it's on my TeePublic store. Get one now.
Get two.
Right. Get two.
Buy one, get one.
If you haven't already, it's in the chat now. Click on the link. Subscribe to my boy Vince. Awesome stuff over
Love
there.
to have you.
I mean, if you talk about, if I want to brag about you a little bit, if I want to blow smoke up your ass, so to speak.
No, stop.
The Jesse the Body Ventura I love, the Dusty Rhodes, the old school commentating that you do is actual gold, and play-by-play is phenomenal, and just bringing shit to life the way it should be. Blade Charge got the wah. What's up, Frequency? One of my members of the channel that's now doing his own eFed, which I really appreciate that, bro.
Cool.
And we're supporting you, my friend. We're supporting you. Primetime wants the wah too. They're all throwing my little emojis up there. All right, so let's see what we got. All right.
Yeah, what do we got?
We're going with comedy. 55%. The Nuggets and the Raps got 2. So we're going McRib style here.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We're talking about comedy in professional wrestling. So this one can be a little more out there. It can be a specific storyline that was comedy. It could be something that someone said or did that you thought was comedy. It could be a wrestler who was always funny. Whatever. This one.
I'm going to be curious to see what you come up with, because
well, actually, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that falls into this category, but I beckon back to one of my favorites of all time when I talk about comedy, and he may not be the funniest, but a little goofy, a little weird, a little strange in some of his stuff. And it was a man who reinvented himself a million times. The man of 1,004 holds and a lot of his arm bar, Chris Jericho. I mean, Jericho.
That's not bad.
I mean, I wanted to think a little outside the box. Jericho, when he wants to be, is fucking hilarious. And the list was funny, you know. I mean, he caught on things that just caught on. Now, the rumors are right now that he will be in the Rumble next year and he's making one last run. I'm not against it. I know a lot of people, hey, he's too old, this and that. Listen, people, if you're not paying attention to pro wrestling for the past 70 years, old people have always fought in wrestling. Bruno Sammartino fought till he was older. You know, Nick Bockwinkel fought till he was older. You know, Sting was 60-something.
That was back when it was more wrestling. Now Sting's a different story, but the other two, that was more when it was grappling.
But
you
like
could
Jeff
get away
Jarrett
with
can
that.
Jeff Jarrett can still go a little bit. And when you
A
bring
little
them back in their 50s and maybe 60s, it's not to go for the world title and fight every night. It's to put the younger guys over. It's to, you know, cut promos and show how it's done. So if they're going to bring Jericho back, bring him back. I hope it's not in the Rumble, because that's what everyone expects now. Bring him back the night after. Start the Monday after the Rumble with the countdown and bring out Y2J. Break the walls down, because now, just like the AJ Lee rumor right now, everyone's saying she's coming back. She's coming back. I'm hoping it's fucking Britt Baker or someone else from
Britt.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I was thinking of people that are connected that Punk is cool with. You know, he could.
Well, there have been people talking about Mommy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you, she'll get booed out of the building and not to do anything with her.
And
they've all but said AJ's coming back.
Yeah, it almost has to be her, but I hope they try to swerve a little bit where it's not as predictable. Like, bring someone else out first and then bring AJ out. Like,
when have they ever done anything that's predictable?
I know. I'm a wishful thinker. So, I mean, and there's a lot out there, comedy and pro wrestling. I mean, The Rock and some of his promos back in the day were pretty funny. His
rock concerts.
Yeah, the way he would get goofy and just say stuff that.
Do you remember the Vicky Guerrero song?
Yes.
You look horrible tonight.
Yeah. I mean, Kurt Angle did some funny shit. You can call him a chicken shit heel for some of his stuff too. And as a Pittsburgh guy, I was always huge with Kurt Angle and stuff. So it's like Andre the Giant Speedos were strange. Indeed. If you want to throw in how Triple H and Shawn Michaels would joke around and do stuff, yes, they were funny
Little
as
People's
shit.
Court.
Yeah. How about Shawn Michaels when he did this to the fan that one time? I mean, that's funny shit. That's hilarious. R-Truth, gold, always gold. I could definitely put it.
Dude, you know what?
Go
I'm going
ahead.
to still stick with what I had coming in, but now that just threw me off. I should have gone with R-Truth, but I'm going to stick with what I had.
Yeah, we'll talk about that maybe another time, but it's as well. But yeah, wrestling comedy is its own. Yeah, I agree, man. It's a different type of comedy.
There are those that's what their niche is.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's kind of where my mind was going. So who did you settle on for old school? Or what segment or whatever, what's your old school segment?
I mean, it's hard because I mean,
That's
I would refer to, I mean, it's not really old school, but it was a long time ago. The Rock's comedy, the way he did his promos and his comedy. I mean, I could sit here and talk about comedy and wrestling forever, but it's like the first thing came to my head, just go with that. But
yeah, I mean, even when he did the Billy,
was funny as fuck. Santino.
Well, now you're stealing my shit.
All right, go ahead. You're up.
All right, so for old school, I got Bobby Heenan.
Ooh.
In particular, though, if you remember, he had the Bobby Heenan show for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the nerdy guy that they had for a little stint in the WWE? The greasy black hair, the glasses.
Chad, help us out.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know who I'm talking about. I just can't. I wanted to say Eugene, but that's the other one. I think it started with a J, like Jerome or something like that, but it wasn't. Anyway, Jameson. That's it. Jameson is the correct answer. Show him what he won, everyone. So yeah, Jameson's sitting there, and Bobby Heenan's trying to interview him, and he's doing the fidgeting and this, and he kept on like putting his hands in his pockets, and out of nowhere. And this is back in the day, okay? This it's not like today. And Heenan, without missing a beat, hey, you better stop that, or you'll go blind. And it's just like, oh my God.
I never even. That's a great one because you don't think of Bobby Heenan. I think of him
always funny though, even with Gorilla. I mean, he was just friggin' hilarious. I still remember one of my favorite, and I still tell people this to this day when they complained about, oh, I need more money, I don't do this. And I said, there was a wise man named Bobby Heenan who one time during a match with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase had the insight to share with everyone. Hey, for all those ham and eggers out there that are wondering why they don't have as much money as $1 Million Man, it's real simple. If you want to have money like the $1 Million Man, follow one of these ham and eggers around for a day or so, and then watch what they do, and don't do it. And I was like, gosh damn, it's hilarious because it's so true.
Hell yeah.
Follow people who are successful. Don't follow people who are not successful. You might be successful. As for today, you kind of jumped me on that one. Yeah. Santino.
Yeah.
But not even for his TNA stuff. I mean, really, his whole career. Everything about this guy is gold. The names he comes up for with everyone. Gold. He's always trying to break them out in character, trying to break them. Got the Undertaker to crack. Got what's that?
John Cena.
He got well, and see, Cena can crack, and it's okay. He's got the personality where he'll laugh things off. But he's broken the Undertaker. He broke Stone Cold Steve Austin, and that is my favorite Santino segment of all time. And I doubt, well, I'll tell you what, it's a close one. There was that, and then there was the Tea Party with Kozlov.
Yeah.
That was also good. But the one that I personally liked the most, Austin had stepped away from the ring. He was kind of done. Went and made the movie The Condemned. Do you recall that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if anyone hasn't seen that, damn good movie. It's a Bruce Willis type movie. Okay. If you like Die Hard, you'll like The Condemned. Anyway, Stone Cold, I think that went straight to DVD, if I'm not mistaken. They were promoting the DVD, and here's Santino in the ring, and I got the Cold Stone, the DVD of this movie, The Condemned, and I just want to say I do not like it as a movie, and all of a sudden the glass breaks, and here comes Austin down there, and I'm not so sure that you even watch a damn movie because I think it's a damn good movie. And he said, "No, I watched the movie. That's 90 minutes of my life. I cannot get back." And I just friggin' was busted up, and he called him Cone Stole, and Austin lost it, man. And as I was thinking this in my mind, that's my guy, that's my moment, I have to give the honorable mention to Sammy, who reminded us that the problem was Jay wasn't feeling Usi.
Yes. I was just gonna say breaking character. Like when people make people break the character.
He broke
like
3
R-Truth
people
does,
in one shot.
and Sammy did. Those are goals. So I had to look it up.
He
Here's
broke Roman.
yeah. Here's some Santino's. The Honky Donkey Man.
Yep.
John Chana. Rodney the Piper.
Yep.
Ray Mastrio. Baptista is a great one. His Sheamus is Shamus or Shamutz. The Golden Dust, Colby Rhodes, and Cold Stone Steve Austin. You guys, which is great. Those are like I'm ashamed I didn't think of Santino because I'm glad you did. That's why. See, we're kind of good together, even though
Well, that's what the whole purpose of this is to just have a shit show, basically.
We're one of those tag
This is what
teams.
we would normally do offline, and it's like, well, might as well do it online.
Yep, one of those tag teams thrown together that's working out. Brock and Paul have done some funny stuff, sometimes not intentionally, but Santino's are great.
By the way, talking about Brock and Paul and comedy, R-Truth coming out, getting into Brock's face about the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And I will make sure I throw you over the top rope, Paul Heyman.
I mean, mistaking the matches, coming out for one match, thinking it's a different
Women's
one and all
match.
that. Here's one thing though. Everyone was up in arms when he got let go and they brought him back. Where the fuck is he? Why aren't you capitalizing on that weekly?
Yeah.
One little segment.
At the same time, he is back, and when he comes out, it's special.
I don't mind that either. Good point. I like when it's special and it's not, don't overdo it because WWE is great at overdoing it. So
remember what used to be funny?
Yeah.
Damn. That
Yeah.
was funny until
True.
you did it every week and you could see it coming a mile away.
Well, and I don't want to get too into AEW, but Okada's doing the same thing because now he says bitch after everything. It's like the first 2 times it was funny as shit because you never thought he would say that. Now every time he talks, he has to say bitch afterwards, and they play it out. Pro wrestling plays out a lot of stuff like that.
I think he was just watching a lot of Breaking Bad at the time.
Probably.
Where's my money, bitch?
So where I did find, what did I find? Top 10 comedy skits. Angle and the Milk Truck, which is good. Angle has a lot of them.
I mean, that was good. I don't know if it was a good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's comedy, I guess. Yeah. All right.
I mean, when you're talking to casual WWE fans and you had the beer truck, this is the funny slide to Ariana shows off her wrestling knowledge. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Tough Enough. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Tough Enough?
Yeah, it says highlight a Tough Enough
that
series.
was the show.
I know what Tough Enough was, but I don't remember this. I don't remember.
I don't either.
She was one of the Funkadactyls, I think.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yeah, she genuinely was clueless about the industry at that point.
Oh, was she the one that couldn't come up with a match? They said, what was the match that made you a wrestling fan?
Yeah.
And she came up with something that was on TV like 7 days earlier.
Yeah. She said Melina versus Alicia Fox.
Yeah. That was
okay.
That's the one. I got it now.
That's dumb comedy there. We got Shawn Michaels kicks Stan. I don't remember that one either. Like I said, this is a 2006 DX reunion. I don't know who Stan was. Oh, he was a backstage worker. Found himself a recipient of a super kick.
Oh, okay.
This isn't a great list. Steve Austin sings to Mr. McMahon. Yeah.
The Kumbaya song, that was funny.
Yeah. Bob Barker and The Price is Right.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Use Bob Barker a little bit. William Shatner when he sings the WWE themes. Shatner's funny. That was funny. These aren't really the funniest. This Is Your Life. We talked about that with Rock.
Oh, that was definitely good.
Shifty put that one in there. Foley and Rock.
Trying to give me that boom-tang pie.
JBL fights an inflatable Godzilla.
Don't recall that.
No, it's inflatable. I'm sorry. I don't want to play it and get copyright, but I mean, even Little Jimmy, when they had Little Jimmy coming out to the ring, it was funny for a little.
Freaking gold.
Vince McMahon takes a lie detector test. Yeah. He was always willing to play the goof, which I enjoyed. I didn't want to see people kiss his ass, though. The anger management classes with
that was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That actually wasn't bad at all.
Yep. A little continuing different segments. I dig that one. I dig it.
When we're done, I
Chain-
might go and look those videos up again because it's been a long time.
Chain slamming Pete Rose. Yeah. Gold Dust and Booker T were funny together.
Booker T and Austin in the grocery store.
Yeah,
Freaking
definitely.
hilarious. Clean up on aisle 6.
R-Truth promoted a frozen dinner. R-Truth, like I said, we could have a whole show just on R-Truth's comedy stuff.
R-Truth. I'm really starting to say I might have to change my vote.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm ashamed I didn't think of him either, because when
Can you imagine
think
you
of
put
it-
the two of them together for a tag team?
oh my God.
What would that look like?
R-Truth knocking himself out before the Big Show could do it.
Well, no, I mean, you have R-Truth and you have Santino as a tag team.
Oh,
So you got little Jimmy there. It's a 6-man now.
you can have
The Cobra.
and everything.
Yeah.
All right. So we got one more segment, and
Can't wait to see what it's going to be.
I don't know. I feel like maybe me and you should pick this last one.
Well, let me see what you got, brother.
I don't know. So we already did 5, we've already did 2, and we've already did 8. So the whole right column is done. So you guys in the chat, you can do, and since it's the end of the show, maybe we can do some quick hits. We can do some quick firing ones. So Nuggets is stables.
Ooh, that was a good one too. Yeah.
Pounders is finishers. The
Totally
McBig,
not what I was thinking.
well, I had to switch it up. I was tough to figure out which one I want to do. So real quick, the McBig is the most underrated big men. And if you don't say Bam Bam Bigelow, I think you're wrong.
He was actually on my consideration list. Yeah.
So I think he has to be. I mean, today's big men that are underrated, there ain't too many. But I think
Not really.
Bigelow was way ahead of his time.
See, when we said big men, I'm thinking, okay, are we talking about big in stature so far as, Big John Stud big? Because then I'm thinking Giant Baba. Because most people in North America really never watch Baba's matches.
Yeah. That's
And back in his day, he could actually wrestle for a big man. And in Japan, they know how great he is, like we knew about Andre. Granted, not the Andre that lost to Hogan and the years after. But if you took the time machine back 8-9 years prior to that, Andre was throwing drop kicks.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen the Japan matches. It's like, that's not the Andre Giant I know.
He was in America throwing drop kicks back in the WWF.
Yeah.
But again, we're traveling back in time for that.
Rikishi, another underrated. Bam Bam. I mean, I don't know if there's another one even close to Bigelow when it's underrated. I mean,
I was thinking about Steve Williams a little bit because
Dr. Death. But see, Dr. Death he held titles. He had a nice little run back in the day. Did Bigelow ever hold a major singles title?
ECW World Championship.
Yeah, but was he? I mean, it's a shame he didn't. He should have had a world title somewhere, in my opinion.
That's ECW had a world title.
Yeah, Intercontinental.
No.
He was never like, I don't think he
ever
got
had a WWF gold. No WWF gold that I can recall.
Yeah.
But he did some NWA stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Before WCW did the buyout, I think he might have had like the Western States or something like that.
The Nuggets is stables, factions. And, right off the bat, mine's pretty easy. It's
Horsemen.
It's the Horsemen. And
Yep.
the Horsemen back in the day. I mean, there will be no NWO. There wouldn't be no DX if there wasn't a Horseman.
The Horsemen are to the stables what the LOD are to tag team.
Yeah. But like today,
you don't have anything.
I mean, the Bloodline for a little bit, the beginning of it.
For a little bit.
It had a good story, and but they fumbled that pretty bad. The Wyatts, they fumbled tremendously. All they do is come out and fucking pose. I can't stand it. Like, you don't have to pose every time you come out. It looks stupid. Like, it looks like they look for their spots on the floor. Okay, you're okay. Wait, no, you're supposed to do this. No, you're supposed
we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah. So we're going to save that one. And we're going to save Something's Fishy is the TKO takeover and changes. We'll save those. I'm sure we'll get into those type of talks next week.
Yes, indeed.
On yours. So we'll save those. As far as finishers,
that was easy for me.
Okay. I think I know where you're going. Is it
Okay.
now a common?
Who's my old school pick?
Is it now a common move? Jake the Snake Roberts is DDT.
It was something I considered, but that wasn't what I went with.
Huh.
For old school, nothing was more believable. And I am telling you, many times, even going back to VHS, frame by frame, how is this guy not dead? Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff's pile driver.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
Like nobody does a DDT better than Jake Roberts.
Yeah.
Nobody does a pile driver better, more realistic. And to this day, I will still go frame by frame and try to figure out how this guy's not dead.
Yeah.
And then out of today, I like the RKO the most. It's fun.
RKO is great. I mean, it doesn't have to be out of nowhere.
But it can be, and it is, and that's what makes it cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that he keeps coming up with new ways of doing it.
Yes.
But that pile driver, oh my God.
That's a really good one. And that's one that I don't think a lot of people give a lot of credit to because, and that's, I mean, the DDT and the pile driver have now become moves that you see. I mean, you see the flip pile driver that everybody does, you know.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. How can that not have been saved to be a finisher all the time?
Yep.
Ray Stevens was doing it back in the old days, right? And his was nowhere near as good as Orndorff's. His was kind of like he just pulled the guy by the trunks and sat on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
But Orndorff just had that leap and straight down.
But I mean, the problem too with nowadays with the pile driver, and if you watch closely, they're landing on their arms. You got to hook your arms around the legs.
I'm watching closely and slowly, but it still looks like because of the straight down part of it.
You don't see it. You don't see the arms landing first. That's what was good. That's what I'm getting to. Nowadays, people are sloppy with it, and then a couple broken necks, and now you couldn't do it for a long time. You know what I mean? So they ruined it. You know, and the same thing. We got a diamond cutter, which when it's very much like an RKO, kind of just a different variation.
Yep.
Those cutters.
Well, the RKO obviously evolved from the DDP.
Yeah.
Diamond cutter.
The best spine buster ever. No one's ever going to have a better one.
I will tell you that Triple H and Arn Anderson, I would put them even.
Yeah, because of the way they tucked people under and landed them. I don't like.
And they got good momentum off the spin. They really gave you that centrifugal force feel.
Just like a power slam. When people used to do the power slam back in the day, it was so fast. It was
the Road Warriors and Ron Simmons had really solid power slams.
Yep.
Believable power slams.
Now, is the pulverizer the buckshot lariat? Is that what you're talking about? Because he does the buckshot lariat now. I don't know if he calls it the pulverizer. I don't know what he is.
We'll talk about him next week too. He's in trouble.
Mine's a little weird. So, and people knock him nowadays, but my old school finisher, and I'm sorry. Whenever he came, it's not super old school. I mean, old school can be 90s and 80s now, I guess.
Yeah.
But when this guy came out and did his two moves, I should say, it was just devastating. He wasn't the best. He's not the best wrestler of all time. Neither was Hogan. Hogan wasn't he wasn't.
Neither was Orndorff.
No, neither was Flair. I mean, you can go technical wrestling, entertainer, all that stuff. But when this guy came out, it was a vibe. It was aura. And that's when Goldberg came out and hit a spear and a jackhammer.
That jackhammer, boy.
I mean, the jackhammer was a different type of suplex, pile driver, power slam, all in one. And you didn't believe it. And
it got better each week as he started growing into it. First of all, if you go back to that first Nitro appearance, it was kind of sloppy-ish, but it still looked pretty good. I remember back in the day, they went, oh, damn, that looked pretty good. And then he got better at it.
Yep. And it's just, I mean, people underestimate it because of some of his latest matches where you shouldn't be trying to do a jackhammer when you know, that old or someone's that big, but he would do it to the big guys back in the day.
That's the thing with a finisher. You got to be able to do it to everybody. And he could do it to everybody up until Saturday night's main event.
Loved Eddie Gilbert's hot shot.
He did a good one. And they don't have it in the friggin' game.
Now, how come people don't do that anymore? Dropping their legs that was such a unique move. Nobody was doing it. The stunner's a big one. A lot of people love that one.
Yep.
Sweet Chin Music, another one. Chris Adams had an amazing super kick back in the day. And you didn't have to bastardized
when everybody's doing them.
Yep. And you didn't have to slap your leg. I mean, they knew how to do it with Tiger Drivers. Tiger Drivers a good one. Clothesline.
What was the first time you ever saw a match where you heard the sound effect?
I don't know. See, I'm one of those, I want to suspend my disbelief completely and engulf into it. So I never really looked for it. until I
No,
became
I'm not saying when you noticed what was happening.
before I heard this.
Like, in other words, we always saw them throwing punches,
Yeah.
but there's one time where I saw the punch and I heard this sound effect. I didn't know where the sound was. I thought, damn, he hit him. Holy shit, he hit him. And it took me, going back to watch the tape to see how the trick was done. Big Bubba Rogers.
Oh, see,
And he was slapping his chest at the time. So he'd throw the right and slap his chest at the same time against Sam Houston. But it looked good.
Yeah. I liked him so much better than Big Boss Man. I mean, they threw a gimmick on him.
Yeah.
I knew they would.
Yeah.
But when he came out and the shirt was untucked and the tie was hanging and he just looked
Dusty
like
busted the chair over his head and he stood there.
Oh my goodness. Incredible. I'm glad you brought him up. Tiger drivers are out there. Now for nowadays, I was looking for something unique because something that maybe a lot of other people don't do. And there is one flaw to it is you can't do it to really big men. But like we talked about, the super kick, the pile driver, a lot of these have become the DDT, the cutter, the stunner. They've all become too common. But Kenny Omega's one wing angel. There's not a lot of people that do that. And when you can get someone, and you can't do that to a 400 pounder, but to get him and to bring him over, and it's like a combination of a bunch of moves. And when he hits that, it's done. It should be. But now you got to do 3 or 4 finishers nowadays. So to me, nowadays, Omega's that finisher for Omega sticks out to me. It might not be the best sometimes, but that move is just so unique, and you don't see a lot of people do it. And like I said, he's not going to pick up a 350 pounder and do it, but especially now, God bless him for even trying to come back after the health issues he's had.
Well, I'll say this: when I finish the deal and end up buying the WWE, finishers are going to be finishers. There's not going to be any kicking out.
Yeah,
we're going to get rid of that bullshit.
Maybe they should take a page from the video games. Keep the finishers now, where you can hit 3 or 4. Super finishers will be the ones where you hit it once and it's over. I'm just recreating the word.
Yeah,
finisher.
I know.
Yeah, it is one of the most protected finishers, and a lot of them aren't anymore. Doomsday, you don't have to sell me on tag team finishers. The 3D is great.
But now you got other people doing Doomsday.
Yeah, and they do it in
the
the middle of a match.
Yeah, and I think
at the beginning of a tag.
I think LFG guys did it, and I'm like, no, you ain't getting to use that.
Eddie's not too many people. I'll put Logan Paul's frog splash up there because he does it.
Van Dam
and RVD. Yep, definitely.
RVD sold it the best.
Yes, and you got to make it different. If you're going to have more than one people do it, you got to make it unique. The Shatter Machine, I think it's called, or whatever. FDR
That's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah,
that's a pretty damn good one. I like that. When they time it well, it looks really nice.
Like now, a lot of days, some of the tag team finishers I'm seeing is just a mix of their 2 individual finishers, which sometimes works, but sometimes you can tell they're just trying too hard to make it into a tag team move. Yeah, the 3D is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And when it's through a table, even more.
I think there's a law now. It has to be.
Yeah. So I think I had something for, let's see, get rid of, finishers. Before we'll go into the final one, which is, so finishers, let me share this.
I'm still waiting on my damn fries.
The ice cream machine is down.
So it's just as well. I know what's in there.
So, I mean, AJ Styles Clash. I mean, now, once again, people use it in the middle of a match.
It always amazed me how many people have been injured with that move. Not necessarily from him.
They're not doing it. Actually, my friend CJ Sensation from the Wrestle Sense podcast, that's how AJ broke his neck.
AJ Styles?
Yeah. He fought Dolph Ziggler. He fought AJ. IWC, International Wrestling Cartel here in Pittsburgh. They have an indie tournament every year. And back in the day, AJ was in it. A lot of people like Christopher Daniels, and a lot of people came through. He had a broken neck because of a botched Styles Clash. So like, when I bring up AJ Styles, he doesn't really enjoy it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, fair. When you get a broken neck from it, a broken freaking neck. Black Mass from Aleister Black.
By the way, if you get a chance to check out that podcast with The Undertaker and Kurt Angle, I don't know if you've ever heard the full story of Kurt Angle's gold medal run with the broken neck. Dude,
I haven't.
I was
definitely want to.
cringing. I couldn't even sit in the chair. It is the most gruesome story.
I've heard bits of it, but I don't know the whole
Oh
story.
my
So
God. It is
I
so
definitely,
hard to listen to that story.
I definitely have to watch that again.
And the dude went on to win a gold friggin' medal. I mean, yeah, that is next level. And then went on to have a pro wrestling career. Shouldn't even been walking.
So, I mean, there's a million finishers. We could sit there forever. Stables, real quick, before we go to the final segment. We talked about it very briefly, but I have the
only other one I had for current day stables is Damage Control.
Yeah, females.
Because they were a long-lasting stable, and they stayed together, most of the same people all the time. They got, what, a 2.5-year run?
Yeah. I think they could have done a lot more with Imperium.
Yeah.
They could have brought in Dragunov or someone else and had a 4-man faction or something, maybe. Dungeon of Doom, the Stud Stable. Oh, my goodness.
But again, these were temporary stables, which I guess you can consider
that's
them.
Probably why they're in the 30s and 40s. I liked Raven's Flock.
Which one?
The real one. The original, the one with Saturn and Kidman and Canyon. Who's better than Canyon?
All right, so you're talking about WCW versus ECW.
Yeah, the WCW one. I was all about that one. Right to Censor.
Oh God, no.
Corporate Ministry.
No.
I like the Varsity Club, not because they were
Love the Varsity Club.
They had the vibe. I mean, they had the jackets.
Yeah,
and
they're all legit.
Yeah, Michigan, Syracuse, Oklahoma,
and
Georgia.
They were wrestling.
Shit, I forgot Danny Spivey was in there.
He was?
Yeah, for Georgia a little bit. Look, I have.
He wrestled? I thought he played football. Or I guess
no,
that doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot he was in the Varsity Club.
No, but I'm saying I thought they were all wrestling. I thought that was the thing because you had the two Michigan with Scott and Rick, and then you had Mike Rotundo from Syracuse that all were top performers in college wrestling. Spivey wasn't a wrestler. I think he played football for college.
Yeah.
But I guess the college thing was the only thing you needed. Hell, it was headed up by Kevin Sullivan, who I'm pretty sure didn't do any high-level wrestling, amateur.
What? Who's the Cabinet? Yeah.
Cabinet.
The Bashams, Orlando Jordan, and JBL. I don't even remember that.
That's pretty forgettable to be that high up on the list.
A lot of people knocked the Main Event Mafia. I mean, it wasn't. It didn't.
It was a bad time for TNA.
Yeah. Good idea, bad execution, maybe.
Well, that's pretty much everything in the Dixie Carter umbrella.
Yeah. But when you're mixing the Samoa Joes and the AJs with some of the bigger names and stuff, I like that. It's a good way to get those guys over and still give the old guys some shine. McCann, Helmsley, dudes with attitudes. Devastation.
I like the Blackpool Combat Club when it first started.
Yeah, because it had a figurehead.
It felt real.
Without Regal, it didn't work.
Oh, 100%.
And that was a huge ball to drop. Undisputed Era in NXT, yes.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Inner Circle started out okay. Ministry of Darkness, you can't knock them. That was great. I mean, that's Christian Gangrel.
Yeah, but how long though is what I'm saying. These are all things that lasted a few months.
Yep. I mean, not my cup of tea, but I can understand why people liked it. Nexus. I mean, you got Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett.
Nexus, talk about dropping the ball. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yep.
That was so well done until it wasn't.
Aces and Eights. That's the Bully Ray. That's how he got that.
I didn't watch TNA back at that point. I know of it, but I wasn't invested because you had Hogan in there at that time, and that was ruining the product. And then you had Brooke in there, which was really ruining the product.
I mean, that biker gimmick was done kind of well with the, they had the cuts and everything. It's very Sons of Anarchy style.
I was just gonna say they were ripping off Sons at that time,
and it was hot at that time, so it made sense. Nation of Domination, of course, you get the Rock.
That wasn't bad. That was fun too.
Bullet Club, the Elite, pretty much the same.
Which Bullet Club? Which Elite? That's what I'm saying. The revolving door begins.
Dangerous Alliance.
Alliance. That was fun.
Yep. Evolution was a good idea, kind of like
Have they not put my girls on this list?
I don't know. It doesn't look like they had any girls on this list. Heart Foundation, because you're not going to get them in the top 3.
No respect. Heenan
Heenan.
family, but again, which
Yeah.
ones? He's
Yep.
firing Paul Orndorff. He's hiring Paul Orndorff. He's firing Hercules. He's hiring Hercules.
Bloodline, DX, and Horseman. I would flip flop these two at the end, but
Yeah.
because there ain't one without the other.
No, the Horseman definitely got to be number one.
I mean, Horseman created the stables. NWO kind of revived them.
I
in the
mean,
80s.
the Horsemen were even a thing before the Fabulous Freebirds. Am I right? It's pretty similar timing.
Yeah.
But I think they got the head start.
That's like who's first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah. And at the same time, the Freebirds they are a stable, but they were a 3-man tag, 6-man tag, whatever you want to call it, as opposed to the Horsemen that were a conglomerate where they had J.J. Dillon as the leader.
Yeah, so
You had your tag team specialist, you had your U.S. title man or your TV title man, and your tag team title guys. And then
that was the formula. That was the formula. Yep.
Whereas the Freebirds were just 3 guys who are going to kick your ass, and we're going to probably have your 6-man tag team titles as long as you have 6-man tag team titles.
So technically, 1979 is when the Freebirds started. 85 is when the Horsemen were together.
Okay. Yeah, I thought they might have gotten a jump on it.
But like you said, it was more of a trios or a 3-man team for the Freebirds.
But they were also, again, they were a team for a very long time, like the LOD.
Yeah. And so I can't argue with either one. All right, we're going to do the last segment here after our final commercial break.
Where does the time go?
From my friend Matt Outlaw. This is out. You're going to like this one. Matt Outlaw's Custom Motorcycles. We'll be right back after this.
Hey.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Women love to get on and love to feel between their legs. They go orgasmic with the vibration, and when women go outside to ride, they get dirty. The feel of cold metal and leather women go crazy for when they ride the highway to hell on an Outlaw. Outlaw custom motorcycles and dirt bikes, American made and built tough. Titanium frames, double reinforced with gas tanks, and built to the size and weight of the client for the best ride ever. Even better than those bad boys are moonshine powered, and we deliver the shine directly to your home. So when you ride an Outlaw, you ride the highway to hell.
That's Outlaw Custom Motorcycles and Dirt Bikes. Available everywhere you see leather and where the rubber meets the road. So hop on one now and ride all day and ride all night long.
Can I get a
There you go. How about
nice?
So we got one final segment, and this one's a little unique, a little different, and it is about the best physique in pro wrestling, and we may have the same old school one. We'll see. So
I am stuck between two.
Okay, old school and new school. My new school one might be a little shocking, a little different. And I don't think anyone might guess this one, but keep them going in the chat. Cassie needs to buy a bike so she can ride all night long. Good to see you, JW. Thanks, everybody in the chat, for popping in and hanging out. Big reminder, our final segment here after here, we're going to talk about the next show will be a little bit different than this, and we'll do it in the only way we can do it here on Get Blazed, and you'll have to stay tuned for that. But for best physique, you want to go first?
I'll go first for old school.
All right. If you steal mine,
I don't know how it can't be the same, really. Ravishing Rick Rude.
Nope. That's a great one, though.
It was between that and Luger. I just feel like Luger had a little more help.
Yeah, total package is mine.
Yeah, I think he had a little bit more. I mean, if we're just talking about who looked like a Greek god the most, Luger. But he had more help. I'm not saying Rude didn't use anything, but he was so... I mean, there was like zero body fat on the guy.
Very, very true. He's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
It was him, Luger, and Orndorff. Those were the three guys that I was and as great as Orndorff is, Ravishing Recruit, I mean, you could just when you talk about chiseled, truly.
The first thing that came to my mind is the total package.
And that was the first thing that came to my mind too.
Yeah. I mean, you can put Scott Steiner in there. I know he had a lot of help, probably.
Oh, yeah,
as well.
so much help.
I mean, Bobby Lashley has a great physique nowadays, if you want to go nowadays, but that's not my pick for nowadays. Just a list I pulled up here: Brock, Batista, Goldberg, John Morrison. Yeah, he's pretty cut.
Morrison, yeah, that's actually really good.
Yeah, and Rick Rude. So those are the ones that are, pretty dominant on the list when you look it up. A lot of people here, Rick Rude as well. AJ looks, pun intended, phenomenal when he come back now. And I mean, he's no spring chicken. And once you hit the mid-40s, your body doesn't, stay the same way. Ooh, good one. Tony Atlas.
He was in really good shape, obviously. He wasn't Mr. What is he, Mr. USA?
Bodybuilder, yeah. He was a legit bodybuilder, so definitely.
Yes, he was.
So my final one, Chris Masters, is another good one.
He was pretty well put together.
Yeah. So mine for today, it's a little different. It's a woman. It's Rhea Ripley. I think she has the physique that you want. Like, you could put China in there because how built and big she was. Rhea Ripley is, I mean, for a woman, it's a different type of physique. You're not going to see super. I mean, you could talk Jade Cargill because the way she is literally chiseled. So, and I was between her and Rhea because they both have great physiques in their own way. But I lean towards Rhea just because of the wrestling aspect. You don't really have to be super chiseled, but her body, she's got like the swimmer body, and I enjoy old blonde Rhea better than goth Rhea. Sorry. Hate me.
Oh God. Blonde Rhea was just drop dead gorgeous.
That's my point, Cassie. Jade is bodybuilder, but she's built, but still looks feminine.
She got shoulders and all that, and the triceps,
the back, so I had to go outside the box there. The women don't get enough shine like we saw in factions and tag teams and stuff like that, so I had to go a little different on that. But that's
the funny thing, though, is when it comes to today, you and I weren't that far apart.
True. A lot of
Jordan Grace.
Ooh.
And
very good one.
Not because of how she looks today. Yes, because of how she looks today. And she's a professional bodybuilder now.
Mm-hmm.
Remember how she looked 6 years ago?
I was just going to say she turned it into...
she was fat. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
She was fat.
I was going to say chunky and give her some better.
No. She got to be chunky, but she started out fat.
But that's
she was roly-poly.
Turned it into muscle, and now...
And I'm here trying to lose 7 pounds for the last year. So I'm just telling you right now, I respect anyone. I don't care what age you are that can go from Jordan Grace 6 years ago to Jordan Grace today. That's fucking
very
work
true.
Ethic, dedication, you name it. I mean, I am just blown away. Now, do I want my girlfriend or wife to look like that? Probably not.
No, I like girly girls.
Well, I don't mind. I would say like
swimmer bodies as far as I go.
Stratton's okay,
Yeah.
A little of this, but not too much.
Billy Gunn. Yeah, I met him in Cleveland once in my
He
friend's
still
bar.
freaking looks ridiculous.
He came into that bar and he was such a dick, but in a fun way. And yes, he's legit. And today's the same way. Yes, he's very Storm from X-Men ish, of course. And we talked about Tony Atlas as well. So just the theme here we've talked a lot about in the beginning was, we do e-feds, we do our own little stuff. And I wanted to have a throwback. I found these a long time ago. It's the roots of my e-fedding, fantasy wrestling, digital wrestling career. And there was these thing called magazines back in the day. You guys remember those? And if you liked it, you subscribed and you kept getting it. Kind of like the theme of YouTube. What a wild concept. But I wanted to take Dungeons and Dragons and wrestling games, like something like, I don't know if you remember the Superstar Wrestling game.
Yeah, I still have it.
Yeah, and the match cards and the different moves.
So I made my own match cards.
Yeah, and just the idea that you're using, moves and specialties and rope moves in all together and match types. That kind of got me going on eFeds. And then as I was paging through Pro Wrestling Illustrated, whatever it was, I came across this ad for the Imaginary Wrestling Association.
I remember that.
and it's still going nowadays, believe it or not. They have a
I
podcast
believe
on
it.
YouTube. They do a pod, but they don't really dig into the actual game as much that I wish they would. But you had a list of moves. You circled the moves you liked. You put them down on the bottom. You sent in your character's name and a little bit about them, and then like a
They put it in a
month
computer or something like that.
and a month and a half later, you in the mail, you get this.
Oh, is this yours?
Yeah, this is
Oh my
actually-
God.
So you get no. This isn't what I did. This is IWA.
Yeah, but
This-
I mean, like, did you
Liter-
send away for this?
Yes, this is
So
literally
this
what
is
they.
your stuff coming back to you.
This is what they would send me in the mail. They would send you. Here's the match. Here's the rankings. Here's the match. There's the rankings on the right, match card on the left, and then you would get like results. They would tell you who's fighting who in what division, who got the win. I think, and this is 84, 85,
Yeah, I remember this
86.
being in the magazine. I never did it, but I remember
So-
it being in the magazine.
So they really couldn't have like some high-powered computer doing it. I mean, an Apple IIc or a Commodore 64, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
But-
I mean, this is back. That's what I want. The fact that you pulled this up. This is dot matrix printout.
Oh, yeah.
So back in that 84, we were writing these kind of programs that would spit stuff out. We had a hockey one that would actually zip, 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 and it would be line by line, play by play. And there was certain logic in there that if it does this, go to that, and shot attempt, and then depending on which player, it was kind of like Strato before Strato. And it would take the percentages in if this guy shot it, that it might be a goal and things like that. So I kind of was wondering if that's what they did with this.
Can't
Sounds
believe
like
you
they did a
brought up
little less, but that could have worked.
Can't believe you brought Strato was one of my Stratomatic baseball. I was hooked on it.
We were
Me and
hockey.
me and my brother would play it all the time.
Good
So
stuff.
So I started making my own little magazine covers. So I wanted to make NWA magazine. So I would make my own magazine and highlight stuff.
Me too.
And I drew it and I had it. And even when I played with my characters, I didn't want WWE or WCW on the barricade. I mean, on the apron. I would make up fake aprons that would have my own company or whatever. And it bled into my e-fetting. So now with digital, I could do LTD magazine and I could put results. So this is like a mix of everything I just showed you is how I came into, hey, how can I put my information out there about LTD? There's your champs. There's the results. And it's evolved into, I do highlights now on LTD magazine, kind of like a comic book cover, highlighting what happened that past month. Here was one of the latest ones where we unmasked aliens. I found a unique way to bring back some characters that weren't around for a while. I had them dressed up as aliens, and if you beat them, you unmask them and won some. So, I mean, just being creative, just doing some different stuff. And yeah, you remember that. So yeah, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, we talked about that on these podcasts before. So we got
By the way, that Superstar Pro Wrestling game that you talked about earlier,
yeah,
that's available on PC now, right?
really?
Oh, dude, I if you go back on my channel, I did like 4 of them where I just did the play-by-play.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, there's a Facebook page where you can get it from, and they just constantly are making new wrestlers. Everyone in the community is just making new wrestlers. You download the card; it's there. I haven't actually played it in a while, but I have it on the PC. But it's everything you remember about the game.
Yeah, I have to look that up. So we talked about everything here. The last thing we're going to do is kind of preface what's going to happen next. And there's only one way to do it here on the Blaise Radio Network and Get Blazed. We call that segment At the End of the Day. All right, so we always start our final comment with at the end of the day, and I'll let Vince close it out and give us a little preface on how we're going to change it, how we're going to do it differently next time, and it's going to be a little more topical, which I enjoy. But for me, at the end of the day, we've both been waiting a while to do a podcast like this. We came up with a format a little bit, and we want to change it up. We don't want it to become stagnant. So at the end of the day, the clock ticks life away. There you go. Well said there, JW. And that's what at the end of the day, I build a platform and we build a community here on this channel, and he has on his channel, that I have a voice now, and I never did this before, but while I have this voice, I want to talk to people to, try to get them to forget about what they're going on in their real life. We all have our aches and pains, our crosses to bear, whatever you want to call it. When you come into these chats, I want you to forget about it. I want to give you escapism. I want to have, enjoy wrestling in a different way, whether it's the video game or podcast and stuff. And I think this is another thing me and Vince might agree on, is that the people, you guys matter. You guys matter so much. Like showing up, talking here, being a part of the show. I mean, it means so much to us because it adds, like I say, wrestling is so subjective. And I always look at three things when I get rest. When I watch a wrestling show, I want these three things. I want to be entertained, I want to be amused, and I want to be surprised. If you can give me those three things, that's a good wrestling show to me. Now, everyone watches wrestling differently, and I respect that. And we're going to respect your opinions. We're not here to shit on your. We might joke around and say it's a shit opinion. It's wrong. If it's wrong, we're going to tell you it's wrong. We think it's wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. And agreeing to disagree is something that I really enjoy, and that's what makes debate good. That's what makes we don't talk about things enough in life, and that's where society kind of fails a little bit because we're afraid to talk about certain things. This guy's not, and that's why I respect about him. Talk about how you feel, get it out there, just enjoy every day like it's your last. I couldn't say that enough. And you guys mean a lot to us. I appreciate everybody who's been here tonight, who stopped in. Hope you guys join along when we go over to Vince's channel next time, and we're going to continue this fun in a different way. So I'll turn it over to Vince to give us an idea how it's going to change the format for the next time.
Well, I mean, the format is it's not going to be like the menu board kind of stuff like that. It'll be some subjects. And again, you guys are more than welcome to jump into it because that's what makes it, like Mr. McCoy was saying, we're here in our little studios and we know that people are out there watching. If you guys aren't feeding us back with commentary and ideas and just whatever you agree, disagree with, it's kind of like, and I tell this on my channel all the time, when I'm doing my e-feds, okay, especially if it's a live stream, and if nobody's interacting in the chat, it'd be like having a pro wrestling show in front of 20 people who aren't even paying attention to the wrestling. There's no feedback. The wrestlers require that energy that feeds them to do better and to bring it up more. And it's the same thing with what we do. So when you see a chat jumping around like this one tonight, that's great because it gives us the energy to do what we want to do. So I appreciate that. I know you do as well. The difference next week, we're going to have certain topics that we're going to be discussing. The one that's most on my mind right now is the fact that a lot of people can't afford to even watch wrestling anymore. That's my number one topic, and I'm just compiling a bunch of data in the meantime, so it's going to be a pretty deep dive on that subject. That was the something's fishy one, and I'm glad we kind of put that one aside so we can really hit on it a little more. And there's some topical stuff he wants to talk about next week that are very important in the wrestling world, and I can't wait to dive into it in a different manner and have some fun with it. So that's. And we're going to watch some video as well. You're going to watch a match with me that got very real. Not this one recently, going back in time. And it was in a federation that people know about. It wasn't, one of the two big ones or anything like that, but it was big enough. It was on national TV. And you guys are going to be surprised. We're going to talk about a pay-per-view that I had to wait until last week to finally see. And it took place in like the early 90s. And the pay-per-view was not available in my area. I wanted to get it, couldn't watch it. Even though the event was in Florida, it was too far for me, and I couldn't watch it. And all these years later, it's been the hardest one for me to locate. And then finally, I got it, and we'll talk about alternatives that are not expensive, where you can still watch great wrestling, even though it's not contemporary. And I'll show you why it is. Awesome. Hey, that's what it's all about, is just having fun with what we're doing here, folks. So we appreciate each and every one of you that's been a part of the show here tonight. Are we about same time next week? Same day, same time? Or why don't we just say it? Yeah, Friday, 6:00. After that, I don't know. We'll see how you guys feel about it. I mean, we can mix it up. Blaise does a lot more streaming than I do, so it's easier for me to finagle my schedule. And I just know he's got a lot of commitments where he sets things up and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Mondays and Fridays are my days off. Sometimes I stream there, and
And you guys in my chat know that there's so many people out there. I mean, there are literally over 50 YouTubers. I have 96 calls, and they're all different people on my show, but there's over 50 different YouTubers. So I'm a mods on a lot of people's channels. I want to help them grow their channels. So I feel a little bit obligated when you guys are live too. Like, I hate the fact a couple people were live today. I couldn't go over, but it is what it is. Catch the replay, leave a comment so we know you stopped by. That's so important. I tell people that all the time.
And hit the like button.
Yeah, there's a guy called Digital Dog who started this little trend, and I think everyone should use it. When he watches my show, he's in the UK, so times are really weird. He'll put this in the comment. That's all you need to do. Leave a comment. He'll hashtag rewatch gang. So I know you're rewatching it. Every comment we go after it's over, that helps the channel. That helps the stream.
Yep.
So if you, and just like that lurker thing before, if you watch a show and you're not in the chat, we don't know you're here. Just drop in and say hi. When I got people pop in there like, hey, I'm at work, but I wanted to stop in, or hey, I'm on the road. That means the world. Like, you took time out of your day, even though you couldn't watch the whole show, just to pop in and say hi. That's phenomenal. So rewatch gang, drop the link, drop a comment or something. Vince's information is there to you guys. I'll be sharing it out all over social media like I always do. And we love it. We love y'all, man. We'll see you next week for more.
Real quick before we go.
Yeah.
You mentioned your Monday is good for you, and I'm off Monday as well. Do we want to switch it to Monday? Would that be better? So we're both definitely free.
Now, I don't watch a lot of the live wrestling, but if we're done before 8, probably better. So
yeah, we don't want to go head to head with
watch Raw,
Netflix or anything
right before, because we're getting ready for SmackDown tonight, which I heard is Cena's last SmackDown.
Oh, is that right?
He has 7 dates left, and I don't think any of them are SmackDowns. 2 are Raws, but there's, unless he does another one, and a couple of them are the PLEs. So this is probably his last SmackDown tonight. So if you're a big Cena
there's a
fan,
reason to watch.
Yeah, if you're a big Cena fan, pop in. He's been doing on the mic work with him and Logan has been fucking.
Even as in ring, that last match wasn't bad for him at all.
He seems like one of those guys that wants to go out with he doesn't want to go out looking like he was an old man, you know.
And
so
I think he realizes that whole heel turn was really bad.
He's actually said that. I saw him in interviews where he's like, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
If they would have done it a couple years ago, maybe it would have got off better. But yeah, hey, there he is. Speaking of one of the guys who was live, Grand Prix Wrestling just got done with a big show. I'm going to go check out your show and leave a comment. A big shout out to you, my friend. Thanks for popping in. That means a lot. You just got done doing a 2-hour live stream and you popped in to say hi. Rewind, check it out, because we've talked about big wrestlers, tag teams. We talked about finishers, stables, chicken shit heels, physiques, comedy. We've touched a lot of different subjects, and we compared them past to now. So, and that's what me and Vince love, is old school wrestling. Shit, I'm agreeing. We're agreeing again.
We can agree again on Monday.
I'm going to bring heel Blaise on Monday so we don't agree on anything.
All right. So let's make it official. Monday, 6:00. That'll give us the time to be done.
Yeah, while it's strike while the iron's hot. We got people that want to obviously involved today. So we'll see you Monday with another episode of McWrestling, not associated with any food service industry. See you the streams, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Get Blaise. Get Blaise. Blaise.
blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed. Get blazed.